What if I told you the moon is still shaking right now? Not from impacts, not from humans, but from deep internal forces scientists didn't expect to exist. And the only reason we know this is because we placed seismometers on the moon more than 50 years ago. What they recorded would completely change how we understand Earth's closest neighbor. Before we dive deeper, hit like and subscribe to Deep Space Explained, because the universe is far stranger than it looks. In the 1960s, scientists believed the moon was geologically dead. No tectonic plates, no volcanic activity, no internal movement. But there was a problem. Nobody had ever actually listened to the moon. NASA realized that to understand how the moon formed, they needed to know what was happening beneath its surface. And the only way to do that was through seismology, the same technique used to study earthquakes on Earth. What they would hear was nothing like Earth. The first seismic sensor was placed on the moon in 1969 during Apollo 11, but the real seismic network came later. Between 1969 and 1972, astronauts from Apollo 12, 14, 15, and 16 deployed advanced seismometers on the lunar surface. Together, they formed the Apollo Passive Seismic Experiment, the first and only long-term seismic observatory on another world. And once the instruments were turned on, the moon began to speak. The Apollo lunar seismometers operated far longer than expected. From 1969 until 1977, they continuously transmitted data back to Earth. That's nearly 8 years of uninterrupted seismic monitoring. And during that time, scientists recorded thousands of moonquakes. The first shock came quickly. The moon has 4 distinct types of seismic activity. First, deep moonquakes occurring about 700 kilometers below the surface. These quakes happen regularly and are triggered by tidal forces from Earth's gravity, meaning Earth is literally stretching the moon from the inside. Second, shallow moonquakes, much closer to the surface. These are rare, but powerful. Some reached magnitudes equivalent to 5.5 on the Richter scale. And here's the unsettling part. They can last for hours. On Earth, earthquakes fade quickly because rocks contain water. Water absorbs seismic energy. But the moon is bone dry. Its crust behaves like a giant bell. When it rings, it doesn't stop. Some lunar quakes recorded by Apollo seismometers lasted over 10 minutes, sometimes much longer. The sensors also detected meteorite impacts. NASA intentionally crashed Saturn rocket stages into the moon to calibrate the instruments. The results revealed something extraordinary. The moon's crust is far more fractured than scientists expected. This helped confirm that the moon experienced intense bombardment early in its history. By analyzing seismic wave speeds, scientists mapped the moon's internal structure. They discovered a layered interior, a crust, a mantle, and a core. In 2011, reanalysis of Apollo data confirmed the moon has a solid inner core and a liquid outer core, meaning the moon was once far more active than we imagined. Understanding moonquakes is critical for future lunar bases. Habitats, landing pads, and infrastructure must survive seismic activity. This is why modern missions are returning seismology to the moon, because the moon is not as stable as it looks. For centuries, we saw the moon as silent. But thanks to a few instruments left behind by Apollo astronauts, we now know it's still alive, still moving, still evolving. If this changed how you see the moon, leave a comment below. And subscribe to Deep Space Explained, where we listen to the universe, even when it whispers.